Another thing we're going to see in a week or so on FEC filings is the Trump PAC and the $75 million it raised to help fund election audits, zero of which has been spent so far.
Really?
Correct. $75 million. They haven't spent a dime.
What do you think they're holding on to that for?
Who knows? But they have to file their report next week, just like everybody else. So
Trump does?
right? Yep.
You think he's going to run again?
I hope not.
Really?
Yeah, I don't want to hear any more of what that guy's got to say. Why would I?
Man,
He's said everything he's going to say at this point. He's not going to come up with something new. And the landscape, look, the landscape's not going to change enough in the next 2 years for, if let's say he got reelected, he's not getting shit done unless fucking the entire legislature, like Congress and the Senate, all flip, and he's got control of all three houses. That's the only way that he would get one bill passed. We would see government shut down and all kinds of other stuff. And look, I know that seems like you're trying to avoid a difficult situation because you don't want to negotiate with fucking assholes that are, behaving like terrorists and shit, but you do have to be realistic about your situation. You know what I mean? I'm not going to go up and start swinging a baseball bat at a fucking beehive just because I don't want it there anymore. There's a way to deal with that shit.
Sure.
And it's not with a fucking loudmouth like him.
Well, you brought up an interesting point, though. You said that if he didn't have the Senate and the House, right? Let's say in 2022 he gets it.
Well, he can get the House. I don't know if he can get the Senate in 22. I don't know how many.
I'm not sure.
I don't know how many.
Bob, they vote on the Senate, and
I don't know how many of which
between
seats.
Years. Yeah.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. It's every 6 years, right? So it's
there's seats up every cycle.
Yeah. But I don't know. It's 30. It's a third of the Senate, so 33 or 34 people each time. But it doesn't go by whether you're a Republican or they don't take like 17 of each, for example. It's just whomever's term is up right there, and it could be anybody. You never know, right? So I don't know if it's possible statistically to take that shit over.
It looks like there's a lot up in 2022.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, but there are a lot. Are there a lot up in places where you could actually flip it?
Yeah. So, I mean, you've got like Murkowski in Alaska is a Republican, so she's probably good. Although she's been kind of, she's one of the
She
ones
might get
people don't
primaried,
like, right?
but a Democrat is not going to win that seat.
Yeah. Let's see. Mark Kelly in Arizona.
Okay.
That one is that Mark Kelly?
No, I'm sorry, dude. This website's real dog shit.
It's fine. By the way, Jacob Nichols saying that Beto and Willie Nelson raised $500,000 for those Democrats in Texas.
Okay. Well, that's illegal. They're aiding and abetting the commission of a crime. But I mean, Willie's not.
He's 88.
He's going to be dead any second now, so he doesn't care.
I've got tickets to see him next month.
I don't think Beto is even a human being. Everybody's been so focused on trying to figure out whether or not Zuckerberg is a robot, and they never looked to Beto. Like, that dude clearly is not a real person.
No, he keeps shrinking too.
He's a bird.
Yeah, he keeps getting smaller and smaller.
A government drone.
Okay, I'm sorry. Arizona is up. So yeah, these are all the ones that we got. Mark Kelly in Arizona, and then there's a Georgia Senate seat up as well. Raphael Warnock, because I think he was filling in for somebody. Or something.
You're right. Yeah.
Special election.
Yep.
Whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
So Georgia, Arizona, those are both blue. Nevada.
That Georgia seat probably will not go blue, if I had to guess. They lost a lot of money on some of this stuff recently, and they're not gonna. That's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
That might be the race where you see the most money spent during the 2020 midterm. Actually.
Yeah. You also have a red seat up in Pennsylvania, and a red seat up in Ohio.
There's a blue seat up in Nevada, Catherine Cortez Masto.
Yes.
She could probably lose. But
Ohio will probably stay red.
Yeah, Chuck Schumer's not getting booted out of New York.
No.
Ron Wyden is definitely not getting booted out of Oregon. Patrick Leahy in Vermont, maybe we'll see about that. He's been in the Senate since 1975. So there's every now and again you'll see a sweep when everybody's pissed off. They'll start not electing old people, although in Vermont, I think the chances are more that you would see like a left-leaning populist like Bernie Sanders, right, instead of somebody.
Yeah, I don't think Vermont will go Republican at all.
And Washington State has no chance of flipping either.
So maybe that is why he's waiting then, because the Senate's 50-50 or 51-49 right now. So
literally 50-50, I think.
Yeah, one seat will swing that either way, and then we'll see what happens to the House. So maybe not a lot of people are making a lot of noise. DeSantis is still going through.
Yeah, I think technically right now it's
weird shit down
50-48 Republican to Democrat, but there are 2 independents who caucus with the Democrats. One of whom is Bernie Sanders, right?
Oh, gotcha.
But I don't remember who the other one is. But yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, look, you're with DeSantis. I heard Nikki Haley's going to maybe make a push. Has already contacted some people in Iowa. I don't know, and I feel like you and I have some friends on the inside, and they're saying everybody's still going down to Mar-a-Lago to ask for the blessing for Trump.
Well, that's because of the money, right? I mean, he controls quite a bit of money. He also, I think for Trump, if you're a main candidate, if you're DeSantis, maybe you don't mind him speaking for you. But I think if you're Nikki Haley and you're pursuing a run for actual president, you're paying Trump to not talk about you, to not say anything. That's what I would be doing.
Maybe.
Like, maybe what I would pay him to do is talk about my talking points, but not mention me. Like, I like this thing and this thing and this thing, and then let people figure it out on their own. But I would not be like, you're endorsed by Donald Trump, because then you incur a level of wrath from the other side that is, it's unnecessary. Like, why would you put yourself in that position? That's like, it's like wearing an orange vest when you go out hunting, but it's got a fucking bullseye on the back. Why would you do that? Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting election simply for the fact of there's so many people that still love Trump, but he doesn't have the access to social media and all that other stuff. And then coupled with the fact that there isn't an exciting candidate yet or somebody on the horizon where you're like, I feel great about this guy. DeSantis, look, that's a viable candidate.
DeSantis can probably win, I think, because he's a little bit more measured than Trump was.
He's a little bit country and he's a little bit rock and roll as well.
He's also from Florida, which helps.
Because they've seemed to have navigated the COVID sitch. He's getting buried in some other shit that's not his fault right now with the condos and everything else. But
yeah, it's kind of like blaming.
Tough call.
Every now and again you can blame foreign policy for gas prices and stuff like that. Sometimes it's just the way it is. But right now, certainly I think you can blame most of it on COVID, right? Is Biden also responsible for the global supply chain being fucked up? I mean, from what I hear from my people in Southeast Asia that do this stuff, and this is all they do, right? And it's the hottest point in the world for doing it. The fucking Suez Canal thing is still backing people up.
Dude, I just had a call about it yesterday.
That's what everybody is talking about over there right now. Like the Suez Canal, like they can't believe, because usually this stuff happens in China and Southeast Asia all the time. The Chinese New Year happens in the beginning of the year, and then about a third of the workforce doesn't even come back. So all the stuff we're seeing here in the U.S. with people not coming back from unemployment, they see that every single year. So that's kind of built in. You buy a bunch of shit right before that, and then you know that you're going to have some stagnation afterwards. Apparently, instead of just delaying it the amount it delayed it, it was a multiplying effect.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it took that month and a half long period and stretching it out over about 6 months.
Yes.
If we're lucky.
No lie. So I just had a call about this yesterday with the seltzer. There's like one ethanol or something like that it comes over from Europe in like a tanker. And they were like, hey, the tankers are backed up like, 8 weeks or 12 weeks or whatever. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? And they're like, no, we're going to some other, outside sources here. But it might be delayed, 3 weeks to 4 weeks, for the launch or whatever. And I was like, it's fine, I guess. But it's everything, dude. I feel like I talked about it earlier this morning, like cars and chips and everything. Like there's aluminum shortages. There's all kinds of fucking shortages for seemingly every fucking thing we do right now. And tired of hearing it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I really think that China and Vietnam, South Korea, Cambodia, and a couple of these other countries in Southeast Asia who do a lot of the manufacturing of textiles and of processing chips need to hire whomever came up with the lunch rush situation at Chick-fil-A, right? If you can fucking organize that shit with a bunch of 14-year-olds, what can you do with the global supply chain? You know what I mean? I think that person should be promoted ahead of peers.
I think
it might be Jesus though, because
I was gonna say,
if it's Jesus, I mean, you can't. How much can you pay him?
It's God's chicken.
Yeah,
it's God's chicken. Never had a negative experience at a Chick-fil-A, ever. I don't know who's running that whole fucking operation, but god damn it, man. They've never missed in my book.
Whoever is, or whomever rather, is running that in particular, like the way they handle their rush hour in the morning and in the afternoon is, it's the only place I've ever seen do it, and it works.
It's Lee Iacocca in this world,
Yeah.
and then whoever creates Chick-fil-A.
I don't know why everybody else isn't doing it, to be honest.
I think it's just you have to pay your workers, and they're all in like a system too. I know In-N-Out's workers are like that as well out in California.
In-N-Out, you start at $15 an hour at In-N-Out.
Yeah. And they take it seriously too. Same thing. And they got the double drive-through.
Yeah.
It's the same system, two different restaurants, but they fucking kill it. None of them are sponsored, but we wish they were.